If the WRC drivers have any energy left as they enter the penultimate event of the season, then they'll need it for Rally Australia. It's a relative newcomer born in 1988, but has quickly earned the team's respect. The route is fast and slippery. The gravel covering the road has been compared to ball bearings, and cars need specialist tyres to tackle it. The youngest WRC event offers a unique challenge.
Hello there and welcome back once again to some more WRC. Today we'll continue on with our Let's Play. This is episode 27. In today's episode we are taking a look at Rally Australia on the professional difficulty. Bloody hell mate, it's Rally Australia! Kangaroos and shit. Anyways, got that out of the way. Rally Australia, let's go. A pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say a disappointing penultimate round because I love Rally Australia. Are you kidding me? This is, it's easy, it's got sand in it, it's just very simple, soft, nice car handles as you'd expect. It's just good, yeah, it's just good. I like Rally Australia. Not too much a fan of Australia as a country because, I mean, it doesn't really offer much, England doesn't, other than heat. And, I don't know, maybe slightly less morons these days, I don't really know. But what I do know is it's a good rally, unlike, of course, the Welsh rally, which we hate. In fairness, Dirt Rally 2.0 sort of made me hate my own country anyway, because we have, well, I say my own country, technically there's only Wales and Scotland, and thankfully neither of which are my country. Well, yeah, I can't say I enjoy either of those rallies. Scotland especially in, well actually, yeah, Scotland especially in Dirt Rally, because it's, I get it's down logging roads and stuff, but the logs on the side of the roads can get fucked, honestly. Giles Panizzi, I do remember this from normal difficulty. This was the rally where Giles Panizzi sort of comes into his own. Hopefully he doesn't knock our boy Ericsson too far down. I don't think Ericsson's getting a top 6, I really don't. But then again, I mean, his current competitors, Marcus Gronholm probably hasn't got too many good stages left in him. And Freddie Loix, I mean, he's got the old conquering Mitsubishi, but even still, I mean, Ford driver Didier Delacour. Yeah, I could have sworn this is the one Panizzi wins a fair amount of the time. Ford driver's probably really good here. If I remember correctly, McRae had a decent track history in Australia. But yes, no, Australia is just a lovely, pretty straightforward, easy rally. Okay. That's a... Well, at least we've figured out the game gives us preference if a tie happens. That's, yeah, wasn't expecting that. But yeah, the game gives us the tiebreaker, so it is literally a case of Peugeot and Ford domination in this one. Good. The Hyundai is on a roll. Let's see if it can continue that momentum. So, another thing that happened yesterday, I got bored, I think it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, so I decided to start deleting, for some reason I do this, I decide that I need like a storage cleanup on my computer, even though I have a 4TB portable hard drive, which is only... Oh, sorry, 4TB, which only has 3.3 terabytes left on it, so a fair bit of storage there. I don't know why I said only. And I've got a main PC with a 2GB or 2TB hard disk storage, and that, yeah, that's also only just occasionally dips on a terabyte if I've got like loads of stuff that needs editing. However, I decided that the 1.11 it was at before wasn't good enough, so I've managed to reduced that down a little bit, deleted some games and stuff, so we're back up to a healthy 1.3, so we're good in that regard, I think. Yeah, I know, it's a bit strange. I think what did I delete? I deleted GTA 4 because I wasn't going to play that again. I sort of did my entire playthrough of that, I think. Yeah, I did beat Ballad of Gay Tony. I was about to say if I didn't know, I'll have to reinstall it, but I'm almost 100% certain I did. Uninstalled Automation because they keep breaking my... Automation's a weird game. Like, I love Automation. I've got about 300 odd hours in it. It's by far away my most played Steam game, but because they keep updating it, it keeps breaking all my old car models, and I sort of keep sitting there like, why do I keep making these cars, spending time and like modelling them and stuff, if the game's just gonna make them not work because they've changed the game engine again or whatever. So delete that. I'll probably reinstall it in a bit, but I'm just not really playing it. I think I deleted Project Cars 2 as well. Anyways, 2.55 seconds, which is exactly what you had on us. That is a very long stage, even though it's called short. Let's get into it. No, it wasn't Project Cars 2, I've still got that installed. I don't know what the hell it was. It was Summit. I think it was something I didn't play too long ago. It's just I don't really want to keep it around, so... The only thing I really play on PC is F1 2020 and occasionally my Sims. I haven't really played much of them recently though, because I've been too busy focusing on getting this done. And basically my spare time game-wise is literally, well, the playthrough version of this, so, yeah. If I'm not editing or something, then I'm either LPing this or I'm playing through it for the playthrough channel. In short, I've put a lot of hours into WRC 1 recently, but before that I was very, very hooked on F1 2020. I do need to get back into it because I like that game a lot. It's my first F1 game I've played in 20 years, and I like it a lot. I only bought it because of the My Team stuff, and I have to say the My Team stuff does hold up. It's a little bit frustrating because the whole research points thing they've got going on, and like bits of the car will fail, or like they can fail to research them, so you have to like spend more points on them. But other than that, the game is pretty solid. Oh, it also probably needs a little bit more in terms of car customization if you're gonna do your own team livery. But there's already like a sticker pack out for PC. I haven't got that yet because I can't remember if it breaks online or not. But there's like a sticker pack where it has like historical teams logos and stuff, which is pretty cool. But I'm playing as my own fictionalized team at the moment, so I'm not really, you know, I'm not pretending to be the rebirth of Jordan or Benetton, or, well, I say Benetton. Well, actually, yeah, no, Benetton, because Renault isn't Benetton. So, yeah, anyways, so that's fun. Again, it's a good game. If you haven't picked it up, I'd pay full price for it, but then again, I'm really into sort of F1 history and videos and stuff like that at the moment. That's sort of what I'm watching while I'm playing WRC 1 half the time, is I'll be watching like a top 10 or a historical significance video or something like that sort, so. But yeah, I mean, even to a casual player who doesn't really care about F1, it's still actually pretty entertaining. You get to manage your own team and stuff like that, so. Yeah, I've heard it gets a lot more fun in sort of the next few years when you start having some serious money to like upgrade the cars and get new teammates and stuff. Unfortunately though, it does get marked down for not letting me hire Kimi Räikkönen, because apparently he retires from F1 halfway through the first season. As does, I think it's Grosjean retires halfway through as well, which is funny because that's probably what we should do. Unfortunately, they have not implemented Vettel as a free agent yet, which is a shame. He seems to be staying at Ferrari, which is a shame. But I don't like Sebastian Vettel, I'll be honest. I don't like Sebastian Vettel because he's very... I mean, he's got the same sort of thing that Alonso did, and to an extent the same thing Lewis Hamilton did, you know, that I get it why they've got the mentality if they want to win and they stop at nothing to win, but that mentality can only get you so far, and when you're someone like Alonso or Vettel, it's hard to... I obviously, I don't really know what it's like, but I know a little bit in terms of, you know, personal experiences of when stuff's in, it's in. And in terms of them, it's like, you know, your hunger for the next world title and stuff, you're probably not going to get it, you know. Especially with Vettel, I don't get it, you know. You figured he'd take a little bit of a leaf out of Kimi's book, you know. Then again, Kimi is a lot older, but then again, Kimi's a better driver. So, I just say that because I don't like Vettel. It's just Vettel in general seems to... I've heard the thing of Vettel being thrown around where he can only really be good when he's got like a clear path to the exit, you know, he doesn't really do well if he's got to fight for it and stuff like that, so... Don't know how much actually is true or not. I can't say I ever watched F1 when Vettel was the main guy who just won a lot of things, so... You cannot always be the guy who wins a lot of things, you know? I think with Vettel, yeah, it's a shame it didn't work at Ferrari, but I don't think he's got much more of a chance of going to like a racing point or something like that, and all the younger teams are just filled with younger talent that's arguably better, you know. Don't get me wrong, I think it's weird because, you know, Danny Ricciardo is about the same age as Vettel, I think, but Vettel just, you know, Vettel's been there and done that, and I get how he wants to do it again, but at the same time it's like, you know, how much time can you have in the spotlight? Yeah, it's like even Ricciardo accepts his time's not infinite, you know, eventually he's got to run out of time and he really wants to attempt to get that world title, but the thing with Ricciardo is I think he wants it, I just don't think he's like, you know, he's not a stop at nothing guy, you know. And I think if like Charles Leclerc won the title at Ferrari, he would get extremely pissy. But then again, he hasn't been treated well by Ferraris anyway. See what I mean about Giles Panizzi? He's come right back up. Jesus Christ, full driver's 31 seconds down now. Alright, provided we don't do anything stupid, we've got a pretty clear run to the finish in terms of this rally. I like it. Actually, that's a good point considering we're in this rally. Speaking of Australia. Interesting bit of news out today, although this will be very old news by the time this comes out, although I don't think it would have happened yet. Horizon 3 is actually entering its end of life cycle, so that means the DLC is coming down. I think it's September 16th, it's on sale at the moment, but it won't be on sale by the time you watch this. Yeah, a little bit sad. It's weird for me when I see the Xbox One titles reach end of life, because, you know, especially for me, I spoke about this with like Horizon 2. With Horizon 2 and Forza 6, it really shocked me. This, it hasn't shocked me quite as much, it's just sort of, you know, made me realise, damn, how fast time has gone. You know, the fact that these games are entering end of life where they become completely obsolete, you know, the DLC licensing's ran out, whatever. And I'm like, you know, I didn't make content on that game that long ago, you know. It only feels... In fact, I think it was last year I was making Reach the Peak. Don't get me wrong, Horizon 3 was 2 years old when that happened, but even still, you know. Feels very weird for that game to reach end of life, you know. Because again, you know, it was only 4 years ago I was making content again over it, but also, Jesus Christ, it was, you know, 4 years ago when we was finding out about that game coming out and we was hyped and stuff like that, so yeah. Forza 6 was the one that took me the most because, you know, I started uploading stuff when Horizon 2 was out. I remember making videos on like the car list of Forza 6 and what's it gonna be and ideas and DLC wish lists and stuff like that, you know, back when I actually was a proper Forza YouTuber, and yeah, to some extent I kind of wish I I'd give it more of a blast, but, you know. You can't keep wishing for things you should have done in the past, because, you know. I'm not one of those people who, you know, I very much resent stuff I do in the past and look over it in very angered, you know. Why did I do that? I wish I could go back and change it. But realistically, you can't, so. You know, can't change anything, really. We're all just beings floating in nothingness. Anyway, Charles Benizzi didn't do quite as well in that stage, but he's still absolutely... He must have got extremely dominant in that stage 3. Brunswick. I think I remember this stage. I think this is a night stage. Okay, final stage. It's not a night stage. I think the timings for some of these is really wrong. I think in one of those French stages, I didn't bring any attention to it because I actually forgot about this. But if you go back and look at the night stage we did, I think it says that it actually starts at midday. It's like this, it says it starts at, you know, 10 o'clock at night. I banged on about this in the time that we did the Australia. Not quite. I was going to say I thought we were going to get back on our wheels through that little hump there, but, yeah. I've got like 26 seconds to lose here, so I'm not too fussed. But, yeah, no, in the, in that French rally that was at night, if you actually look at the time, I think it says like it started 12 o'clock at night or something like that, so. It's very weird. This one may be accurate, because Australia's a bit weird in terms of its... Okay, we're still the second up even though we fell over. Nice. Yeah, it's weird. This one might be accurate, but that French one definitely isn't. I mean, it looks like it's sunsetty. I mean, I guess it depends when this rally is. It's towards the end of the year, and I guess the Australia would actually... I think Australia would be in a situation where the sun would be setting later in Christmas-ish time. I'd have to have an Australian confirm it to me, and every Australian I've ever met doesn't like me much anymore, so... But then again, that's because they're a little bit of a sensitive bunch. Yeah, there's no knock on them, they were finance people and all the rest of it, it's just, yeah. Sensitive people and me do not mix, because I am a complete fucking asshole. And I'm happily open to admit the fact that I am a complete cunt to everyone. So, the thing is, you know, people know this and they still, like, try to have feelings and stuff around me. Yeah. That sounds really awful. I can, you know, I do respect people's boundaries and stuff like that, but, like, you know, people who are just overly sensitive for the sake of being overly sensitive, I can't deal. You know, if you tell, like, one bad joke, they get up in arms, or, you know, don't agree with them about a certain video game or something like that. It's like, who gives a fuck? So, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I defend Forza when someone says bad things about it, but I don't, like, you know, cry about it. I don't really care. You know, if you don't want to play the game, cool. If you think Gran Turismo Sport's a better game, I mean, you're wrong, but you are entitled to your opinion. We all have them, it's just some of us have better ones than others. Just saying. So Australia, isn't this a lovely kangaroo-filled place? I like to think I'm sort of like forgetting conversation topics. Like, I think I was on about the whole end of life for Horizon thing. I can't remember if I actually ended up finishing talking about that or if I was too busy doing something else. And like, because I think in the menu screens I lose my train of thought. Because I have to be silent during them because I can't be asked to, you know, fill 30 seconds of dead air. I'd rather just get on with the driving at this point. I used to be able to do it when, like, I was explaining stuff about the game and stuff, but now at this point it's like I don't really have much more to explain about the game, or much to explain too much about the 2001 WRC season, you know, beyond literally running down every single result, which I'm not going to do. So if I need to look it up for a specific rally, I will, but for the most part, I don't. 6 seconds, I think that's still a win. That stage was really sloppy, in fairness. Like, I fell over at the start, and that 4th stage was not particularly good. Hey, you came first, you've unlocked bonus stages. I think that's 5 out of 6 now, awesome. Provided Great Britain doesn't have one. Actually, if Great Britain does have one locked to it, I'm fine with that as well. If we win, haha, which we probably won't, but you know, a man can hope. So we were 20 seconds up on Giles Benizzi, followed by Francis Delacour, 4 driver Carlos Sainz and Didier. So, yeah, it's a very, Jesus came 12th. Good on you, my son. Kenneth, not so hot. So anyways, on the actual points front, apparently, if none of them score a point, wait, apparently my god. Okay, so on 11 points at the moment, we have Marcus Gronholm, Kenneth Eriksson, Didier, Francis, and Freddie Loix. Let's hope Kenneth gets pushed towards the top there. So in terms of us, we are 116 points. Tommy Mackin did not score a point in that rally. Carlos Sainz only scored 2 points though, so there's 3 points between them. Richard Burnstall on 34, driver up to 20, and Marcus Gronholm on 11. Into the manufacturer standings, and Hyundai has 128 points, Ford has 75, 67, 42, 19, 7, and 0. So there you go. Next time, it's time to finish this game as we move on to the Rally Great Britain on the professional difficulty. So join us for that. Until then, farewell.
You know the sorrow that my heart holds in, knowing just where my hopes and dreams are going. I'll only you back. Got up in a war that you are not part of. Eyes on this letter, your father with love.